welcome to another double RSR. Tonight we are reviewing CF Pachuca 3, Columbus Crew 0 in the 2024 Concacaf Champions Cup Final. We're going to start with the Champions Cup Final because that means more, and I got more to say about Toronto, so at least I think I do. So we'll start with this. CF Pachuca 3, Columbus Crew 0 en la Concachampions de la Concacaf Grand Final. CF Pachuca campeón de la Concacaf. CF Pachuca are the champions of Concacaf at the end of the night, and well-deserved, I'm not going to lie. They ripped Columbus to shreds. Salomon Rondon scores a goal in the 12th minute. Takes the shot. Slams it home. 1-0, 1-0 esta noche. Miguel Rodriguez scores in the 31st minute. 2-0 for Pachuca. 2-0. And at the half, 2-0. 2-0 medio tiempo. And then in the 66th minute, Salomon Rondon gets the ball inside the box, turns, and lofts it home to put in the dagger to make it 3-0, 3-0, as Columbus is parking the bus. Dumbly, I might add. They really needed to go for it, but they were like, you know what? Nope, park the bus. Full time, 3-0, 3-0. Pachuca campeón de la Concacaf. Full-time stats are as follows. 23 shots to 11. 8 shots on goal to 3. 46% possession to 54% possession. 361 passes to 427. 86% pass accuracy to 85. 15 fouls to 9. 5 offside to 1. 1 yellow card to 0. 0 red cards to 0. 9 corners to 4. Let me tell you something. Pachuca went and ripped Columbus to shreds. That's about as simple as it is. Columbus got ripped to shreds. They did not look good enough. They did not play well enough. They got owned all night long by the Crew. Or Columbus owned themselves, I should say. I'm not going to lie. They owned themselves. They got owned by Pachuca. They owned themselves. Wilfried Nancy got absolutely out-tacticked for the first time ever. No joke. Like, this is the first time I've ever seen Wilfried Nancy get out-tacticked. Guillermo Almada is the truth. He is the truth. And people say he's better than Jimmy Lozano. Yeah, you're damn right. You are damn right. Guillermo Almada is a disciplinarian, tough coach, and those players respect him. Those players respect him more than anything. To play the way they do under him and have some strong, older players to give them guidance, like Salomon Rondon and Sanchez, is a very good thing. Pachuca is a wagon of epic proportions. Pachuca is a wagon. They know how to win. If they're at home, it's impossible to beat them. It just is. Columbus came in expecting an easier game. Again, this reminded me of Toronto, 2018. They expected an easy tie against Chivas. And rightfully so, considering Chivas was bottom of the league at that point. And they had just beaten Tigres and America. We won't talk about Colorado. We really don't need to. They came in and said, you know what? We're going to win this. We're the favorites. We deserve to win this. They got owned. They lost on penalties, but at home they got owned. They did enough on the road to get the penalties and lost on penalties. Columbus couldn't even get there. Columbus walked into that stadium and said, we beat Tigres. We beat Monterrey. We're going to win this. Both those clubs did better than Pachuca in Liguilla. Not knowing Pachuca went and knocked out Club America. Pachuca legitimately caught Columbus in some sort of Jigglypuff genjutsu. And Columbus was like, we're going to win. We're the better team. We're the best MLS team that this competition's maybe ever seen. And what happened? They got slapped. Pachuca knows how to make a team cause mistakes. Pachuca plays this way. They play against the run of play. They make you make mistakes. They press you to hell and back. And when they do that, they're going to score on you. They have enough dynamic players to make you absolutely falter. They shoot 20 times a game, normally. Their defense doesn't have to be good, especially if they come out and just slap you up. Their defense doesn't have to be good. And it's not great. It's not bad. It's good enough. But when you got players who can press, like Rondon, Idrissi, De Osa, Sanchez, Rodriguez, they go forward, they go at you like bees, and they're going to make you make mistakes. Hell, that midfield can too. And when they do that, and they take that ball the other way, and take that back to turn from back to goal towards goal, ooh, I don't know about you, but that's a bad thing, man. That's a bad, bad place to be against Pachuca. That's a bad place to be. They know how to play. They play very well. They have a certain system. They know their ways. And damn it, did Columbus come in like, oh, we're going to play so openly. Pachuca plays openly too. Here's the problem. They know when to just push everybody at the ball. They know when to fall back and let you have possession. They don't park the bus. They just know, hey, you may have 60% of the possession. We're going to steal the ball from you 3 times and score on you 3 times and make you lose a trophy. It's not that hard. Pachuca are a genius club. They are a genius tactical team. Guillermo Almada knows how to win with his team. He's won with multiple iterations. They sold the whole damn team after they won the title. And I think they were going for a bicampeonato last year. No, that was Chivas. My bad. They won the title, got to the Champions Cup, sold their team, rebuilt, reloaded for Champions Cup, won the Champions Cup. Do they keep it for Intercontinental Cup? Who knows? We have a summer transfer window to find out whether they keep it together or not. But Almada has won multiple trophies multiple times with different versions of this team. Whether that's Liga MX, Champions Cup, he's won with this version of a team. And you look at it and you say, that's interesting, right? Because you look at this team and you're like, he could do it with multiple teams, multiple 11s. It's an absolute wonder stroke of what they just did. They curb stomped everybody in this tournament. Nobody was safe. Philadelphia got 6-0 in Mexico. Herediano got stomped out. America got beat cleanly. Maybe not stomped out, but Pachuca still did their job, and they stomped out Columbus. 4 ties, stomped everybody out, played at home, did exactly what they had to do. Pachuca are the best team in Concacaf for a reason. They deserve it, and they rightfully won the title. They're about to lift it as we speak, or as I'm speaking. Gustavo Cabral with the trophy. Listen, man of the match is Salomon Rondon. That man carried the team. He may not have been the best footballer on the team. He was a great goal scorer. He did play the ball forward. I'd say Idrissi was the best footballer on the team, and Sanchez. Salomon Rondon is a cheat code. Cheat code. Point blank, period, cheat code. And that's all I got to say is he is a cheat code. And good for them. Well deserved for Pachuca. Well deserved. They played an amazing game of football. They are amazing at what they do. And they deservedly are going to the Intercontinental Cup and next year's Club World Cup. And they might do some damage there too. I think they could go to the Intercontinental Cup final. I think they can. Why? Because if they beat a CONMEBOL team, they're better than Al Ain, Al Ahly, or Auckland City. And that's who they would have to play in basically the semifinal. They're going to play Real Madrid. No joke. They'll play Real Madrid. I believe it, 100%. If they keep everybody, they will. That's the facet of the situation. But if they keep everybody, they will. And let me tell you, I can't wait to see it. And they'll play well at the Club World Cup. If they keep everybody up to summer 25 because they have a reason, oh, you don't want to play with them. And if they get a group like Chelsea, oh, they could do some damage. They could do some damage. Trust me, they can. So, congratulations to Pachuca. Felicidades, Pachuca. Commiserations, Columbus. You got owned. You stood up and got owned. You got too high and mighty and got smacked. Them's the breaks. I was wrong on my prediction. I was 16 for 20, 15 for 26? No, 17 for 26 on my full predictions on the whole tournament. I had Columbus winning on the night. I'm 0 for 1 on the night. And Pachuca's the champions. And that's it for the Champions Cup 2024. What a tournament. Amazing tournament. You'll love it. And there you go. So, with that being said, let me throw this to TFC Ryan, and let's rant about TFC versus DC, because God knows they deserve it. Let's go. And there we go. Now let's talk about DC United 2, Toronto FC 2, and MLS 24, Week 17. Still 5th place with a draw. That's the good news. The bad news, they blew it. They could have had 3 points. They started amazingly in the first half. Second half, yes, the referee definitely had his hand in it, but they still blew it. Goals were scored as follows. Derek Etienne Jr., Bernardeschi crosses it over to the top of the box. Etienne Jr. with a good shot, low and into the net past Alex Bono, which I'm not surprised, I'm not surprised. 0-1, TFC leads. Federico Bernardeschi has the ball wide, takes a shot, basically crosses it into the near far post, from the near post. Bernardeschi scores a banger, 0-2, 0-2. Well, 0-2. In the 34th minute, that's the way we go into half, 0-2. Second half, Toronto FC sort of lets their foot off the gas pedal, which leads to a bad situation the later the match goes on. First off, in the 79th minute, Sean Johnson with a bad rebound falls to Ted DiPietro, who always has our number since he got to DC United. Taps the ball into the net. 79th minute, 1-2. Then Toronto gets a red card for Bernardeschi kicking the ball away as soon as the ref blows the whistle, which that's a little bit harsh considering he had just blown the whistle as he's kicking it. Maybe shouldn't be a second yellow, but Bernardeschi's off, will be out next week, or the next game. He's out. Then, Gomes pushes a player in the box, puts hands on player in the box. I wasn't so sure what it was, but it was a push. There was contact. They check it on VAR. Pretty soft contact. The ball was headed away. Gomes gets a second yellow. Penalty given. Down to 9. Mateusz Klich puts it to the opposite side of Sean Johnson in the 90 plus 3 minutes to make it 2-2. Luckily for Toronto, the goal that DC scores late in stoppage time is offside. And it ends up being 2-2 full time. Yeah, the referee definitely screwed us on the night. I think Toronto got screwed on the night. They were the better team for most of the game until they stopped playing and took their feet off the gas. They definitely could have scored more goals in the first half. And that's the one thing that if I'm mad about Toronto, or one of the main things I'm mad at them for, is they could have put 3 or 4 in the first half, and they didn't. And that's one thing they're going to regret here, is if they put 3 or 4 in, they would have won this game anyway. They would have won this game anyway. They may have given up the 2 goals. They may still got bullshitted. It's not as bad. But they scored 2, and they didn't really try hard enough to score a 3rd or 4th when they could have and they should have. But they definitely felt comfortable with 2-0 lead, which, one, it's the most dangerous lead in football. Second of all, you're Toronto FC. I don't know why you're comfortable with it. They draw 2-2, which it feels like a loss, even though they're up in the table. They climbed a spot in the table, at least for now, with a draw. If Atlanta gets a win against Charlotte tomorrow, that stays. If Charlotte draws or wins, I think we're back to 6th. But for now, we're 5th. And we don't drop anymore. But it is what it is. But Jesus Christ, Toronto. It's like, you know what? Fine. Stats are as follows. 20 shots to 10, 8 shots on goal to 3, 58% possession to 42% possession, 502 passes to 379, 86% pass accuracy to 82, 12 fouls to 12, 2 offside to 3, 0 yellow cards to 2, 0 red cards to 2, 10 corners to 4. Listen, Toronto's big mistake tonight was letting them chase the game. Letting DC chase the game. The referee was soft. There were multiple yellow cards on us that should not have been yellow cards from John Freeman. He's a horrible ref, and he's biased, and he looked like a homer for DC. Fair play. What Toronto did wrong was feel comfortable after a 2-0 lead at the half with their best half of the season that could have been even better, and they're just like, it's fine. It's fine. We're good. We'll take it. And they step back and say, it's fine. We're good. We'll take it. No! 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 You could have won. You could have been leading 3 or 4-0 at the half. And that was the best half of the season. It still could have been better. And you're there like, yeah, it's fine. We did good. Bullshit you did. Not good enough. In the end, not good enough. The referee definitely helped have us draw this game instead of win. And luckily it wasn't a loss because we were down to 9 men fighting for our lives to hold a draw. I know Audi Field is our hoodoo ground now. We've started to win at Gillette Stadium recently, so I guess Audi Field's now the hoodoo ground, our bogey ground. Listen, I know crazy shit happens there. Here's the thing. Don't, and I stress, don't let the referee be the reason why it feels like a loss or even a draw. 2 lost points. I know Tobias time's a thing, and I know they stopped playing at the 75th minute. They just let DC chase the game anyway, but 2 bullshit red cards, a very quick whistle, quick pull on the second yellow on Bernadeschi, so he's off. Gomes, soft push, which we could say, if you're going to call that a penalty, Rawstead should have got called for a penalty like 3 minutes later. There should have been 3 other penalties in this game. If you're calling that a penalty and sending that to VAR, there's like 5 penalties in this game on both, for both teams, not just DC, for both teams, like 2 and 3 and whatever. Where's the consistency? That's another problem is ref. Where is the consistency, sir? Where is the consistency, sir? Where? I don't know. Where? If you're going to call that a penalty, there were harder penalties that you could have called earlier in the game and after. Mr. Homer. Mr. Freeman. Horrible. Horrible. Horrible refereeing. The second time in 2 weeks. Actually, yeah. Second time in 2 weeks. The Cincy game. This. At least we didn't lose. But TFC, they've got a disciplinary problem. They do. The most yellow cards in the league. Second yellows, kicking the ball away. Yeah, they're passionate, but their passion is also unchecked to the point where they make stupid decisions. So what do you say? They make stupid decisions while having passion. Passion's good. They're also undisciplined. Is it better than them not giving a shit like last year and getting muscled off of everything? Yeah, it is, sort of. But it's also a bad opposite side of the spectrum. You could be tough. You could be passionate without being undisciplined. You can be undisciplined and not give a shit. They were disciplined but didn't give a shit last year. They're undisciplined but they're passionate. Is it better to be on this side of the spectrum? Yes, but can they move closer to the center and be more disciplined while being passionate? Yes. It's not correlation causation. One does not beget the other. What it does do is this. The fight against NYCFC. What can you do? Which we haven't heard anything about since, but what can you do? With that being said, TFC, at least they drew. They gained another point. 2 points ahead of 22. Our point total from last year, still 5th place. Could be worse. With that being said, if you like this video, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification once subscribed. Send super chats on the live streams. Comment on this video. Put us to playlist. Share with friends and family. All that great stuff. I will see you on the 2nd, 3rd, Tuesday for my 2026 Concacaf World Cup qualifiers round 2 predictions. Maybe I'll predict, well, I don't know if they're going to redraw for round 3, but I'll predict round 2 and maybe I'll do a bullshit round 3 prediction while I'm at it. Who knows? But again, congratulations to CF Pachuca. Commiserations to the crew. Toronto, do better. DC, you're lucky you got a point. Simple as. There you go. I'm Ryan and I'm out. Peace. See you later.